레온의 레전드 오브 네버랜드.
Welcome to another Legends of Neverland video, guys. This is Kyger, and we have a pretty fun one. You saw this picture that I posted a while ago, showing the 6 will core effects that are coming. They have already been implemented on some regions, and we have the effects. So we have Swift Assault, Oppression, Warrior Spirit, Spirit Ward, Frenzy, and Flow. What they've done is they made them kind of paired things. So each one of these, I'll show you an example. Here we have Oppression. Make sure you can see that fine. Yep. So we have Oppression here, right? So we have Oppression, the effect, and then you'll see there's a second effect, Tyrant's Descent, which only happens when you trigger Oppression, the new skill, as well as Slaughter, one of the older skills. And it's not several options. You can't mix and match things to make Tyrant's Descent happen. It is a specific one-to-one things. I like it and dislike it. I like having these things where there's extra effects if you trigger 2 things. This is very similar to Genshin Impact, where they have like those elemental fuse things, where you use the one element and the next element and it does the fusion effect. It's kind of like that. I like that aspect, but I dislike that it's so rigid that it has to be specifically this and that. So that's kind of annoying. But checking out the effects, Oppression, when characters deal damage to enemies, have a 15% chance to deal additional damage equal to a percentage of attack of the target. So you deal damage based on the enemy's attack, and increases the character damage, your damage, for 6 seconds. If the target is below 60%, the trigger possibility becomes 100%. So this is 15% chance all the time, and if they're under 60%, it always happens, which is the same health range that you need to be for Slaughter. So when they're under 60, you'll trigger Oppression, obviously, and then also Slaughter, which will then trigger Tyrant's Descent, simultaneously activating the 2 skills, so hit them when they're under 60. After triggering Oppression, character's attack increase for the next 6 seconds. And this is too much to put in one thing, but it's other boosts to your damage. So I don't see a cooldown on Oppression, which is the interesting part. And Slaughter technically doesn't have a cooldown per se. It has a cooldown per each target, but you can hit one person, trigger Slaughter, and then hit the next guy, trigger Slaughter as well. But it seems like you'll also be able to do Slaughter Oppression, Slaughter Oppression. So we'll have to see if you Tyrant's Descent, hit you with both Tyrant's Descent, hit you with both Tyrant's Descent. Does it reset to 6 seconds, or does it stack? Do the bonus effects stack on each other? We'll have to see how that works. I think the time, the 6 seconds, will just reset. We'll have to see how that works. But this is like an execute combo, Tyrant's Descent. Swift Assault, which goes with Fierce Attack. This is also one that people like to use. When a character's normal attack or skill hits the enemy twice in a row, that part "in a row" doesn't make a lot of sense to me, and I don't know how you're simultaneously going to activate both of these, seeing as Swift Assault you have to hit twice, Fierce Attack you have to hit 3 times, and Fierce Attack has a cooldown. And it doesn't. I don't see a cooldown on Swift Assault, so maybe it just resets the 6 seconds, so that you'll do 1, 2, Swift Assault, 3rd hit, Fierce Attack, Swift Assault, Fierce Attack. So after 6 hits, they would happen at the same time. Or this simultaneously just means both have to be active at the same time. So when you trigger Fierce Attack, you will trigger Fluttering Gale, which the effect is after triggering the Swift Assault, deals additional damage equal to a certain percentage of attack to the hit target and an attack increase. So you're going to have damage increase and attack increase, as well as attack increase and pierce rate increase, as well as Fierce Attack having its own bonuses. This is very... So while I'm still seeing the same elements of what they've always wanted to do, where Slaughter always wanted to be the execute thing. So one's under half or 60%, you're coming in trying to kill the person. Where this is like a hit guerrilla tactics, hit and run strategy, where you just like pap 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 and then trigger everything. And then probably this would work pretty well if you're doing like a group PvP aspect and you're a marksman, let's say, and then you want to hit someone with a really big multi-shot. You would hit with several abilities, and then once you have everything active, including triggering your generations, and then you just go multi-arrow, it's probably going to be one of the strongest hits in the game. A multi-arrow with Fluttering Gale going on. And then you're going to want to run until you have your cooldowns back, but we'll see. But the thing I'm worried about is I'm not seeing any cooldowns on anything. Like Fluttering Gale, I'm not seeing any cooldown. Fierce Attack has its own cooldown, so that could be its own thing. Slaughter has a cooldown, but only on particular targets. If you're attacking different people, nothing here has any cooldowns. Warrior Spirit. Gain a stack of Warrior Spirit, which is the same thing as Fighting Will. Whenever you hit someone, you get a stack. 4 seconds. Each stack increases crit rate. That's huge. Up to 5 times. It's not saying the amount here. It'll obviously be different based on the level. When Warrior Spirit reaches max stacks, character's crit damage is increased. Damn. So, same thing with Fighting Will. It gives you attack every stack, and then once you're at max, I think it's pierce rate. This is just staying in the fight. You stack everything up, get bonus crit rate 5 times. At max, get crit damage. And then you trigger Invincible War God. Sounds really cool. Both of their durations increases, and attribute buffs from both of them increase. So it sounds like it's going to boost the crit rate, the crit damage, the attack, and the pierce, and allow you to have more stats. No, it's going to make them last longer. So this is 4 seconds, it'll be longer. This might be pretty good in something like Guild Boss, where it's just a long battle. Also might be good on some Elemental Lords. Then we have Spirit Ward. It's a fairy skill. Damn. After actively releasing any flower fairy skill and hitting the enemy, character damage increases and damage reduction increases for 6 seconds. That's also very similar to Mantra, which it gives you attack and defense, which are similar to damage increase and damage reduction because they're part of the same formula. So it's just damage increase, damage reduction on top of damage increase, damage reduction. And then it will then trigger Floral Message. When Flower Fairy skills deal damage, crit rate increases, and damage dealt increases. So is this crit rate of flower fairies? Because like they do scale off of yours, so I don't know if it's going to increase yours, or if it just increases the fairy that you are now casting and the damage dealt of the fairy. This is begging you to just spam fairies, swap spam fairies, something that people have already been doing. This is a little scary to be in the game. Frenzy and Rigidity trigger Bloody Battle. When characters deal or take damage, damage increases and damage reduction increases for 4 seconds, which is very similar to Rigidity, but Rigidity you have to take damage 3 times. It gives you the shield and damage reduction. And then you trigger Frenzy is on any hit, and then if you take 3 hits, you'll trigger Rigidity, which will then trigger Bloody Battle. When characters take damage, if their HP is under 60%, restore a percent of missing HP, and gives you damage increase, damage reduction. We're just going to have to be careful because it's giving the same stat increases that Frenzy is, and they're from different sources, so they should stack. But as we all know, TLON has some kind of spaghetti code, so it might overlap each other in whichever one's the biggest number. But it would be nice if they stack just fine on each other. Rigidity gives you that shield. And then if you're under 60 when you get hit, you get healed based on your missing HP. The number is probably going to be higher as you scale both of these to a higher number. Also, something that is going to be a big question mark is with these special effects. Are they going to be one consistent effect, or will they scale off of the level of both of the abilities? Like, if I have a level 12 Frenzy and a level 12 Rigidity, do I have a level 12 Bloody Battle, or do I have a level 24 Bloody Battle, or do I have a level 1 Bloody Battle, because that's all there is? Flow, the last one, which goes with God Bless, which makes Cosmic Harmony. When in battle, gain 1 stack of Mastery every 2 seconds, lasting 6 seconds. Each stack increases attack and defense. Stacks up to 5 times. When Mastery reaches max, character's max HP increases. Okay, that's pretty huge, especially with God Bless, which also gives you both your defenses, block, and so this is giving you attack and defense. God Bless is giving you tenacity and block, and then once God Bless is maxed, you get damage reduction, and then once this is maxed, you get HP increase, and then trigger Cosmic Harmony. When character takes damage, obtain a shield equal to a certain percent of max HP, which is going to be higher because of the maxed out flow, lasting 8 seconds. Hopefully this has some kind of cooldown, because without that, you can kind of just have both of them active forever, and every time you get hit, it's just refresh shield, refresh shield, refresh shield. And this could also be something kind of cool if you want to do like a tanky earth strategy. Obviously, water is the main thing people are looking at, because it's max HP, and water does max HP. Gladiator does max HP. Gardenia's passive does max HP. All these things, as well as if you don't want to do water for some reason, earth is also looking like a pretty interesting option, because the defense increase, you can do some defense into attack shenanigans, as well as we have things like Foxglove, which gives you CC reduction, which is nice, as well as whenever you have a shield, which, you know, Cosmic Harmony giving you a shield, if this does, you know, reset every time, gives you that crit, and the CC reduction. I could see some cool things with an earth build as well, and then have most of your damage come from stacking a road on the opponent. Let me know what you guys think down below. Till next time, guys.